Hey, what's up, fam? If you've ever read Blood Lad, the creator is doing a new series. It looks like it just got translated. I don't know when it'll be officially be able to be, read through single issue buying or purchase of volumes. But for now, it is online. I'll put the link in the description below. Like the overall premise of the series, it kind of feels like if you've seen the movie Bright, where it takes a bunch of fantasy stuff but puts it in like a modern day world kind of scenario, but blends them together to where it kind of looks like it's always been that way, and it evolved still normally, but still keeps a lot of stuff. Like the sense of the story, this fairy named Fran, she gets kidnapped, brought to this like market, and sold to this dude who, and like underneath this, like I think it's like a club or something. I don't remember the exact purpose of the building, but she pretty much was chained up in a room, and there's a little kid that they'd bring in there chained up every once in a while, and she would heal him, and then they drag him out and then go back to torturing him. So it starts out with a little bit of a bit of a darker tone. You're getting these guys that are just like torturing this little kid and uh, killing fairies, and how I think that the first thing that one of the first things that they brought up is that she assumed that she was going to be killed because she was going to get used for a drug called Wendy, which I assume is like a Peter Pan reference. But it's the combination of fairy dust and cocaine, which is that idea is wild to me. I don't know if anyone's ever used like that idea before, but I think that's just one of those really funny and innovative things. So whoever invented it, kudos to them. If it is this guy, then awesome. That's hilarious. But I guess they're trying to get some information from this kid, but it turns out like when they or like looking at his stuff that he has a katana because he's a ninja, and they don't say exactly what the country is. I don't think exactly they're in the real world. It looks like just modern, but still like in a fantasy world, so it might not be Japan. But he was came over with his father, something to do with a scroll. They call it like the scroll of disaster, and he apparently knows the location or knowledge on it. But after some form of ambush or just disaster setting and something bad happened, I don't know if it said his dad died or if he just kind of separated from him, but he's not with his dad. He's hanging out with this fairy chick who can heal, and they're discussing the kind of gaps between like the world, like a normal world, and then like how it's been altered. And there are these guys who these humans who have had their DNA like altered by taking in like demon DNA, and it's called like demon tuning, which is the name of the series. Demon tune. I don't think it's like music. I think it's like tune, like you're tuning something, and that's kind of like it. Kind of rolls in. There's a lot of really cool designs too. I like some of like the simplistic but really cool designs, and I like that a lot about the dude in Bloodline. That was pretty good. The little kid with the sword is pretty cool too. He's just slashing people around, not really caring. He seems all right so far. There wasn't a whole lot of character to him. It looks like there's a lot more character in the fairy Fran. She seems pretty nice, but she's very kind of honest about her stuff. She's like, I don't really care about humans if they live or die, but there's something about like the innocent that fairies are kind of just like instinctually drawn towards. So she decides to help the kid. She like helps him escape. He once he's able to trick one of the guards to get close enough to where I don't remember if he kills him or if he chokes him out with his chain. Yeah, he definitely kills him, and then he and the fairy team up. She's able to get the key and unlock the restraints he's got on him, and then he, gets his katana and heads out. But once it gets to that, they're kind of like a big chase, and you get the flashback with his father and how there's somebody controlling the crime in this city. And this guy's really cool looking because I guess it's related. It has something to do with like what happened with his dad. And this guy is called the Boogeyman, and he's got like this really cool looking coat. It looks nice, but it's super simple. But he's got like this kind of like wild guy, like slick back, spiky hair, and this really spooky, like pitch black mask with these big eye goggles. It looks really neat. So I like that. I like that it's not too over the top, but it's really cool and has some impact to it. So that's nice. And you actually see a really cool flashback over like I was thinking kind of like Bright, as you see like the worlds kind of put together. You also see like the fairies, and you see like their really cool magical world, and then it's just like, yeah, but I really want to go live in the city, and it's just like them doing normal stuff. And it kind of ends with the kid saying how he doesn't know what kind of like where things are gonna happen. The kid's name is uh Koyuki Maru. I think the Maru is something to do with more ninja stuff. I've seen it used in a lot of ninja related manga and anime. But the series, it what's weird is the first chapter, like it ends. It doesn't feel entirely like a first chapter, but it feels more like if you were gonna read a whole volume and it just kind of already existed, and not like you're like the first chapter has to really grab you. Maybe it's because the dude already is a successful, established manga writer. But give it a check. I'm gonna put the link in the description. I didn't have a ton to say about this series, just because like half of it was just him escaping and like slashing people down and then making friends with this fairy. But it's definitely worth paying attention to. I wouldn't give it a like a hard recommend, but I'm definitely gonna follow the chapters just because I like the author and I feel like he'll go somewhere pretty interesting with it. And I think it'll be pretty cool. So I'll give it a good wild try before I decide if it ends up being bad. If I decide whether I'm not gonna read it, I think it'll be good. But read this. Tell me if you're interested. If you think this was cool. If you liked Blood Lad, and had cool characters like Staz in there. And if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Get on this channel, subscribe, check out my other videos. I do manga and anime stuff. And if you're subscribed already, I appreciate it. But otherwise, thank you very much for listening. Bye.